I found my wife's divorce papers on New Year's Eve and moved everything before the ball dropped. 2 weeks later, she filed, then panicked when she saw the empty accounts. They were hidden in her desk drawer beneath old tax returns, printed on expensive letterhead from Morrison & Associates. Filing date, January 15th, 2 weeks away. The document detailed our assets with surgical precision. The house I'd inherited from my grandfather, the savings account I'd been building since before we met, even the vintage motorcycle collection she'd always called my midlife crisis. I read through it twice, hands steady, while champagne commercials played in the living room where she was getting ready for the party we were supposed to host. "Almost ready," she called out, her voice bright with anticipation. I grabbed my laptop and started moving money. Called my buddy Terrence, who worked weekends at the bank. Emergency access to safe deposit boxes. By 10 p.m., I'd liquidated everything liquid and relocated it to accounts she didn't know existed. The motorcycle collection went into my uncle's garage. Stock portfolios transferred to a trust my father had set up years ago. By 11:30, I'd essentially erased half our net worth from existence. The countdown started. She kissed me at midnight, tasting like champagne and lies. "Next year's going to be amazing," she whispered against my lips. 2 weeks later, her lawyer called my phone 6 times in 1 hour. I let it go to voicemail. Each message got progressively more panicked. By the 4th call, her lawyer wasn't even pretending to be professional anymore. "Your wife is extremely concerned about some discrepancies in the asset disclosure. We need to speak immediately." I waited 3 days before responding. Met them at a coffee shop downtown. Casual clothes, completely relaxed. Her face was pale when I walked in. The lawyer looked like he wanted to throw his briefcase at me. "Where's the money?" she demanded, skipping pleasantries entirely. I sipped my coffee. "What money?" "Don't play games. The accounts are empty. The stocks are gone. Where did you move everything?" "I moved my assets," I corrected. "The ones I brought into this marriage. You know, the inheritance you're trying to claim half of in your filing?" Her lawyer jumped in about marital property and equitable distribution. I pulled out my own paperwork. Prenuptial agreement she'd insisted wasn't necessary because we'd always be together. Except I'd had one drawn up anyway, and she'd signed it during wedding planning, too focused on flower arrangements to read the fine print. "This isn't valid," her lawyer stammered, scanning the document. "She signed it. You witnessed it. It's entirely valid." She started crying, but they weren't sad tears. They were angry, frustrated tears of someone whose plan had completely backfired. "I was going to leave you anyway," she spat. "Figured that out when I found your boyfriend's texts on your iPad," I said calmly. "The one you left on the kitchen counter last month. You really should enable password protection." The lawyer closed his briefcase. I finished my coffee and stood up. "My lawyer will be in touch about the house. I'm keeping it. You can keep your boyfriend and whatever money you actually earned during our marriage." I walked out while she was still trying to form words. 6 months later, the divorce was finalized. She got exactly what she'd contributed. Nothing. Last month, I saw her at a grocery store with her boyfriend. He was complaining about the price of chicken. I bought the expensive steaks without checking the cost. Sometimes the best revenge is just being prepared.